Hi, I'm Dr. Nina, and this week in the discussion you're going to be asked to identify the theory that you use in counseling, when many of you have not taken the theories class yet and might feel a bit intimidated or daunted by this task. You know, good counseling is always driven by theory. And even though you may not have the book knowledge yet about theories, you actually do understand and have a theory of why people do what they do and how it is that people change. That's what we're asking for you to get in touch with this week. So the theory that you are going to identify can really come from your gut. It's the way that you see everyday problems that happen in your life or in the lives of people that you know. It's based on your own philosophy of why people behave the way they do. So let me give you a very quick and very interesting way. It's a little acronym that might help you to identify in general how it is that you might perceive human behavior and human change. So what you see here is the acronym BETA, B-E-T-A. And this represents the umbrella under which there are many, many different theories. I think probably over 500 theories, because new ones are coined every day. But ultimately they fit into one of these four categories. So the first category, background, is when you perceive that a person's past, and I'm looking into the rear view mirror here, that a person's past informs what's happening today, and maybe even tells you how they can change in the future because you see how they've worked on it in the past. So past influences and experiences might be the key in your mind to understanding why people do what they do. The next one in line, E, stands for emotions. You may believe that, here's an example of somebody who's often very happy and bouncy. You may believe that in order to live a healthy life and really experience the fullness of being alive, that a person needs to reach for being happy. And so you may, in terms of your theory, be understanding what is it that helps people to feel satisfied or pleased or comfortable or joyful. You might focus on the more negative emotions, the feelings that are core feelings deep inside. For instance, this person appears angry or disturbed or upset when they also deep down might be feeling very badly about themselves and have poor self-esteem or feel broken. And these feelings, you might believe, need to be expressed or understood or identified. The next one in line, thinking, refers to understanding that there might be ways that people are recording thoughts of theirs and playing them over and over and over again in their heads, and that needs to change, or new thoughts need to be made, and that you need to somehow help this person change their perception of the world and therefore their thinking. And finally, the last one, action, has to do with behavior, learning new things, changing the way that one uses one's brain, learning new behaviors that are obvious, or even learning internal behaviors differently. These are the four basic categories. So when you think about your own personal philosophy of mental health, what is it that drives a person and helps them to be healthy? What is it that motivates change? Think about it in this way. If a friend were coming to you, and I'm sure for most of you this is a very common scenario, and comes to you with a trouble, with something that they want to discuss. How is it? What lens, what filter do you see their problems through? Do you see it, number one, as something that's happened in the past that's troubled them, or something that they need to finish, some thing that they need to understand that drives them today? Do you perhaps believe that your friend needs to vent and express their emotions, and that will help them to feel better or understand their emotions and therefore help them to change? Or possibly you think they need a new perspective. They need to think about this differently. Or do you think they might possibly need to change a behavior that they're doing? This might give you a clue as to what your personal theory might end up being someday. But that kind of self-awareness, this introspection into how you perceive the way that people are healthy, how they change, that is all that's being asked of you. It's not a small thing, but it's something easily within your grasp. You don't need to be reading an entire theories book this week. But what you do need to be doing is asking yourself these questions. How do I see issues happening? How do I understand the behavior of the people around me? None of you could possibly get to this point in your life without having some idea of what you believe about why people behave the way that they do. Or have some view about what makes a person the most mentally healthy and how a person can get there, which is your theory of change. You already know this. Look inside, and we look forward to reading what it is that you figure out and hear how you share this with your colleagues in the discussion this week. Thanks. I hope this helps. Have a great week. Bye.